Well, guys, we made it. We made it through Venus retrograde, well, almost. Mercury retrograde, between two eclipses, a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse. And finally, we have Mercury direct, and we can all take a deep breath. It's a great time to think about our plans. We still have that pile up of planets in Pisces. And what this is going to do is keep us still feeling a little unsure, a little confused. But at least with Mercury going direct, we know that things will sort themselves out soon. It's interesting that it has gone direct conjunct the North Node, because the North Node represents our future, the direction that we're trying to move forward in. And it's important to pay attention when the North Node conjuncts another planet and is part of a 5-planet string up. Like a train, they're all just moving forward and stalling on each other. And they're having this incredible conversation. And they're saying things like, I know that you've been confused. I know that you've been feeling loss. And I know that you may have been gullible or misdirected, or maybe now you're seeing things more clearly, but it can still feel really hard. And all these planets, Mercury, Venus, the North Node, Saturn, the Sun, for a while, they're all talking to each other because they're so close together and they're influencing each other. And the conversation goes like that. And as the energy moves a little bit more forward and a little bit more forward, we will gain more inner strength. But while some of these personal planets, Venus and Mercury, are still in Pisces, it's important that we take the time to reflect still. Not like obsess, but reflect. Like, what have I learned from this? Who am I becoming? What is it that I have to say? What is my message, especially with Mercury going direct? So we want to accept that now is a good time that maybe we can make some plans. While not really execute them yet, we can start to put a structure together. Because Venus, even though it's retrograde, is part of that pileup with Saturn. And Saturn is about building a structure or a platform or a space to either express or manifest your creativity, all things Venus, imagination and curiosity and art and beauty and love and romance and things that we feel strongly about. Venus also rules justice, and it will go direct on April 12th, this coming Saturday. This will be a good time then to actually move forward with plans, because while Venus is retrograde, which it has been since March 1st, with Mercury retrograde, both in Pisces, it's been a very confusing time. Things have been unpredictable. We can't really judge the value of things. Are people telling the truth? Are they not? Does it feel like things are just kind of moving back and forth? It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. And like I said before, just coming to grips with the reality of things as we near the end of Pisces. And so what I would really encourage you to do is that reflection, and to lean into trusting yourself, trusting spirit, having that space where you feel like you can just be you and listen to your own thoughts and listen to your own heart and reassess your values. Are they the same as they were a year ago? Are they the same as they were 2 months ago? This is the opportunity that we have when personal planets are personal planets, meaning, the first ones that have a quick orbit, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and they affect us more because it's in our daily lives that we feel this. When we have Venus and Saturn conjunct, it especially when one of them is retrograde, and in this case, Venus is retrograde, it can feel restrictive. It can feel like we can't really do what we want. We can't really say what we want. We can't really feel what we want. And we can't really want what we want, but you can. And that's where the illusion is. And you've got to trust yourself. And yes, you've got to measure everything and be appropriate as best you can. But if something is on fire in you, or it's time to tell the truth about something, Mercury has gone direct and Venus will go direct on the 12th. And so that is a really great time to let the restrictions free you. Like Saturn prunes things down and gives a reality check. It can give a reality check to the markets. It can give a reality check to your personal finances, to anything that you value. People, place, things, money, family, anything that you value. So we're in this big, and we have been in this big reassessment. That will continue for the next week or so until we move into around Easter time. When things are in Pisces, it's a time of letting go. It's a time of culminations. It's the last sign of the zodiac, and it's a time of endings. Things become full circle. Completions are at hand. And so you want to tidy up your business. Make sure that you are in alignment with how you want to move forward. Know what you want as best you can. That may change after the 12th, or as Venus moves out of its shadow in a few weeks after that. But this is a process where we need to trust the process, and we need to listen to our inner voice. As things with Saturn and Mercury and Venus all kind of pile up at the end of Pisces these next week or two, it gives, like I said, a reality check, and things can feel very unstable, feel like we can't control things. And that's important to know. Letting go and releasing what we cannot control, accepting endings, accepting completions, knowing when it's time to, close the curtain on some things is valuable information. It reserves our energy. It reserves our strength for what we really need it for. What no longer serves us no longer deserves us, our energy in particular. And so take it easy. Try not to, be confrontative or, heavy hammered. Remember that this is Mercury and Venus. It is about what we think and what we have to say, but it's also about our values. And you want to be able to communicate your values and what's really important to you and what no longer is. So expect to see some unhappy people as Mars protects its home in Cancer in a trine to Venus in Pisces, which is just beautiful, exquisite, higher purpose energy. But Mars is moving into an opposition with Pluto, and this will make some people very unhappy. It's very much an us or them, a me or you kind of opposition, where people want to be very assertive over what they believe in and what they want to protect. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on where it falls for you personally. And so not everybody's going to be happy at the same time over the results. But I just want to give you a little heads up that Easter may not be a day that you want to travel, so make your plans accordingly and enjoy your own environment with loved ones and nature and your pets. I've got Tipsy here with me tonight. Anyway, that's the catch up for the astrology for the next week or so. I'll see you on Saturday with maybe some more feng shui things. Take care, you guys, and listen to yourself. Lean in, trust. I'll see you next time.